Hey guys, CryptoDad here again, and today I'm going to show you how to set up the Keplr wallet for managing your Cosmos Atom assets. So let's get started. So I'm here on the Keplr homepage. I'll include a link to this down in the description below. Keplr Wallet is one of the most versatile wallets out there. You can use it for managing your Atom, your Cosmos Atom, but it can do a whole lot more than that. It's a cross-chain wallet and it supports multiple chains. So if we scroll down a little bit, you can see that they support up to 16 plus chains. So they support Cosmos, Osmosis, Secret Network, and many, many other chains. You can manage all of these assets in one wallet. All right. Not to mention that it is also a completely open source wallet, right? It's a community project. You can look at the code at any time. You can see what's going on. You can even contribute to the project if you have the skills. All right. So it's a great community project, open source software, wonderful wallet for managing your Cosmos assets. All right. So I'm going to show you how to get it set up, and I'll show you how to fund it with some Cosmos Atom. All right, so the first thing we'll do is add it to Chrome. I believe it works in Brave, but I would stick to Chrome. It works the best in Chrome. So we'll just click Add to Chrome. We're going to add this Kepler extension to our Chrome. So we'll hit Add to Chrome, and we'll choose Add Extension. And there we go. We've got it up and running. So all we need to do is go over here to the extension, and it's going to take us to this page here. Now, there are several ways to create a wallet. My recommendation is using a ledger device, but if you don't have a ledger device, you can create a standalone account by hitting Create New Account, and it's going to give you a mnemonic seed. You can use the 12-word seed if you want to, but I would recommend a 24-word seed. You'll want to write this down and store it in a safe place. All right, you'll give the wallet a name. You'll give yourself a password. Hit Next, and then you'll just click these in order. All right, and once you've done that, you'll have a wallet ready to go. All right, you can see it's got an empty balance there. But my recommendation is to use a ledger device. It is much more secure. The private key of the wallet is stored on the ledger device. So I'm going to show you how to do the ledger setup for this wallet. It's much better. But like I said, if you don't have a ledger and you want to just get started, you can do that backup phrase. Just make sure you save that backup phrase in a safe place in case something happens to your computer or your hard drive. So I'll go ahead and get rid of this account. All right, so if we were going to start from scratch and use a ledger device, the first thing we'll want to do is make sure that we have the Cosmos app installed on our ledger device. So in order to do that, we're going to need Ledger Live Manager. So let's just go ahead and launch our Ledger Live. Ledger Live is a great application for managing your ledger device and your ledger accounts. For today's exercise, we're just going to use it for managing apps. We're not going to manage Cosmos in Ledger Live. It's possible, but we're going to use Kepler because Kepler is much more powerful. We get ourselves logged into our Ledger Live, and then we're going to go into Manager. Before we do that, let's go ahead and make sure that we have our ledger device connected and the PIN entered. I'll just connect my device with my USB cable, and I'll go ahead and enter my PIN. All right, once we have the device connected and we have our PIN entered, we're ready to install the Cosmos app. So you can see I'm at the home screen of my device here. So I'm going to go to Manager. All right, and it should say Allow Ledger Manager. Go ahead and click both buttons for that. This is going to allow Ledger Live to interface with our ledger device. We'll hit both buttons. All right, And once we're in Ledger Live, we can search for the Cosmos app, which is here. And then if you don't already have it installed, you'll just hit install. Now, if you already had Cosmos installed on your Ledger device and you were managing a Cosmos account in Ledger Live, you can still connect to Kepler, right? It'll be the exact same wallet that you had before, right? You're just using the Ledger device to manage the wallet. So if you already had a wallet that you connected and were managing in Ledger Live, you can use Kepler to manage the exact same wallet. It's much better, much more powerful, right? So now that I have Cosmos app installed on my device, I'm done with Ledger Live. I don't need it anymore, right? I'm just going to close it out, right? And now we'll go back over to Kepler, right? So what we're going to do now is we're going to choose Import Ledger, and we'll give our account a name and a password. So I named it Ledger Nano X. You can name it whatever you want, but I'm naming it so that it'll be clear to me that this wallet is connected to my Ledger device. The private key for the Keplr wallet is being stored on my Ledger device, right? It's a much more secure way of managing your Cosmos assets when you're using the private key on the Ledger device, all right? And when we installed the Cosmos app, we created the wallet, right? We created the private key when we installed the Cosmos app. We have created a wallet. So I'm going to enter the Cosmos app. I'm going to hit both buttons and get into the Cosmos app before I do this. Right, I'll hit next. Right, it says we're all set. I can hit done here. And then now I can go up here to Kepler. And I can see that I have it connected to my Ledger Nano X device. All right, and as you can see, it's an empty wallet, ready to go. So the first thing I'll show you how to do is put some Cosmos Atom in here. There are lots of places to buy Cosmos Atom. All right, so I'm on the CoinGecko page for Cosmos Atom. You can find out a lot about the token here and its chart history and all that stuff. And then when you scroll down a bit here, you can click markets and it'll show you where you can buy Cosmos Atom, right? And you can buy it in a lot of different places. I'm going to go ahead and buy some on Coinbase Pro today. Now, if you'd like to buy your Cosmos Atom on regular Coinbase, you can do that. You go to Coinbase and choose buy. Just choose Cosmos or Atom. Right? And then you can spend however much you want to spend. $50, $100, more. It's up to you. Right? And you can use a debit card or your bank account. However, when you do this, you're going to incur a merchant charge. So in order to avoid the merchant charge, I'm going to use Coinbase Pro. If you have a Coinbase account, you can log into Coinbase Pro using your Coinbase username and password, right? There's no extra charge for using Coinbase Pro. It is a little more complicated, right? It's a little more advanced, but I'm going to walk you through this. So instead of buying it outright, what we need to do is make a deposit of cash first, and then we'll trade for it. So instead of that merchant charge, we're just going to get hit with a trading fee, which because of the percentages, the trading fee is going to be much lower than those merchant charges, right? So we'll just go over to portfolios and choose deposit. And we're going to deposit $100 in US dollars. You can deposit however much you want to buy, but I'm going to do $100. It has to come in from your bank account, right? They don't have the debit card option in Coinbase Pro. Right, so we'll put in $100 here. We'll hit preview, and we'll confirm this. Now, you're going to have to wait 7 days to withdraw if you don't have anything at all in your Coinbase Pro account, right? I've got a little bit of assets already in there, so that'll act as collateral for me to make my withdrawal immediate, right? But generally, if you have an empty account, you can trade and buy right away, but you'll have to wait for the transfer to clear before you can withdraw. So we'll go ahead and deposit our US dollar. And now I'll run over here and just buy that Cosmos Atom now. Right, I'll use the Atom dollar pair. I'll choose buy. It's going to be a market order for me. You can get fancy if you want to with limit or stop orders. I'll choose the max, which is my $100 that I just deposited. And notice there it's going to only be 35 cents compared to that $2.99 that I would have had to pay on Coinbase. All right, we'll hit place buy order. And there we go. Now we can go to portfolio and see that we have that Cosmos now, right? Notice that I've got this collateral up here, so I can withdraw my Cosmos right away. You might have to wait 7 days for yours. So let's go back over to our wallet. There's our empty Keplr wallet. We can just click here to copy that wallet address into our clipboard, right? Make sure that you've done this. Make sure you've got the address in your clipboard. Let's go back over to Coinbase. We'll hit withdraw and we'll choose Atom. And then we'll choose crypto address and we'll paste in the address of our wallet that we just copied into our clipboard. Choose use this address. Notice it's a valid Atom address, right? You can look at it here and go look in your wallet too and just confirm that that is the same address, right? We're ready to go. We don't need a memo for this because we're putting it in our own wallet, so we can tick this box off, and then I'll just go ahead and take the max. Now, if you have a lot of Atom, if you have several $1,000s worth of Atom, I would highly encourage you to just try a small transfer first. It's one of the first rules in managing your own crypto is always do a small test transaction first to make sure it's going to get where you expect it to go. All right. So I'm just doing $100 here. We'll hit withdraw. I'm going to need my two-factor authentication for my Coinbase account. If you don't have two-factor enabled on your Coinbase account, I would highly recommend it. And that Cosmos has gone out. We can check over here in the withdrawal tab. We can see that it's pending. All right, we can go over to our wallet and just kind of keep an eye on it. All right, and it came in pretty quick. So you see there now that I've got $100 worth of Cosmos Atom in my wallet. Now notice here that up at the top we can choose the network. As I pointed out in the beginning, we have multiple chains that we can manage within our Keplr wallet. So one of the first things that we can do with our Cosmos chain is stake. So if we hit stake, it'll take us over to the Kepler staking page, and you can see your available balance over here on this side, and it's already selected the Cosmos Hub staking for you over here on the left side. Now these are all the validators that you can choose from. I'm not going to go into how you choose a validator. It's kind of a fine art. So, but basically, if you choose manage here, you can click on the name of the validator and go check out their website, do your research, make sure you've chosen a validator that is right for you, right? You can see there are quite a few validators that charge different commissions. If it has 100%, you want to avoid it, right? You don't want to stake your Cosmos in with a validator that takes 100% of your rewards, right? This 100% just means that they don't need any more stakers, right? That they're full. So please avoid those, right? 100% means for them, not you, right? So the 4% here is the commission that they're going to take from the rewards that you're earning, right? So you might go with a validator that takes a higher commission if they have other things in their favor, right? That's entirely up to you. If you hit manage here, you can go look at the website of all of the different validators and make your decision as to which is the best validator for you, right? I'll just choose Stakefish here. We'll hit delegate. It is going to lock up your funds for 21 days. I wouldn't delegate all of the Atom in your wallet. You need Atom to pay fees. So always leave a little bit of Atom in your wallet so you don't end up high and dry. So I'll just delegate. I think you have to delegate at least one, right? So we can hit one here. We'll hit delegate. And remember, because the private key is on your ledger device, you're going to need to authorize on your ledger. So whenever you interact with this wallet, and you're going to need to have the ledger attached and ready to go. So I'll turn on the camera here. Notice that I'm in the Cosmos app and it's ready to go. All right, we can hit delegate here. All right, and then we're going to sign it. Notice the wallet interface comes up. So when we hit approve here, notice it shows up on my device. I'll just use the metal button to go over. Look at all the information about the transfer. Right, all the way over until it says sign transaction, and then I'll hit both buttons. And there we go. Notice it's processing now. It says transaction pending behind me. All right, that goes away, and then I get an alert that it was successful. And I can see up here at the top that I have one atom staked in this particular validator. Right? So I'm good to go. Right? So remember, if you want access to your atom, it's going to take 21 days when you unbond, right? So keep that in mind. So you can stake as little or as much as you want, and you'll get a percentage reward in the staking pool, right? You'll see your rewards come in when you come back and check this. And then if you want to unstake, you can go back in, and here it says undelegate or redelegate. You could change. Redelegate would be a different, to switch over to a different validator, all right? But if you want to undelegate to stop staking and get your funds back, remember, it'll take 21 days, but you can click here, right? I'll say max to get all my atom back. I'll hit undelegate. I'll sign it in the Keplr wallet again. We'll hit approve. Notice it comes up on my device again, view transaction. I'll use my metal button to get all the way over to where it says sign transaction, and then I'll hit both buttons. And there we go. Notice here it says 21 days remaining, right? So I can monitor this. I can come in and check the wallet whenever. And it'll show me that there's how much time is remaining, right? And notice here that my available balance is 2.775, right? It was 3 before, but there's one that's still being undelegated. It's going to take 21 days. So I know it seems weird to delegate and undelegate right away. You probably won't do that, but I wanted to show you both sides of the transaction, right? So you can see how it works. All right. So like I said, you can delegate as much or as little as you want. I believe you need to at least do one. And then choose your own validator, do your own research, make sure you've chosen a validator that is right for you, and don't choose a validator that's taking 100% commission, right? That's for them, not you, right? That means they're full. All right. Now there's lots of other things that we can do with Keplr Wallet that are really cool. Osmosis is just one of those, but it's one of the bigger ones on the Cosmos chain, or the Cosmos ecosystem, as you might say. Notice when I go to the site, it asks me if I want to connect my existing Keplr wallet, so I will approve that connection. Right, and notice that it says 0 Osmo, which I haven't bought any yet, and 0 Atom. And you might be wondering, well, why is there 0 Atom available? Well, the reason is because Osmosis runs on the Osmosis chain. So if we go into Kepler, you can see that we would be running on the Osmosis chain, right? There is a 0 balance on that chain, right? But we can go over here to Assets, and then we can deposit our Cosmos from the Cosmos chain over to the Osmosis chain. So we'll hit deposit. We'll approve that again, the connection. And there is that 2.75 available, if you remember. Right? I'll go ahead and just put 2 in. And remember, since the private key is on our device, every transaction that's outgoing needs to be approved on my ledger device. All right, so we'll get our device connected and ready to go. We'll hit deposit. We'll choose approve in the wallet. Notice it's charging me Atom, and that's why I didn't use all of my Atom, right? You want to save some of your Atom for these fees. Notice the fees are really small, so I was able to save, less than 1 Atom is plenty, right? So I'll hit approve, right? And then I'll view the transaction by hitting the metal button. Go through all of this until we get all the way over to sign transaction. Right, I'll hit both buttons here. You'll notice there it's broadcasting. And there we go. Transaction was successful. And now when we go to assets, let's do a quick refresh here. The IBC transfer was successful. As you can see, the Cosmos Atom is now in my Osmosis assets. And if I go to Kepler and check, you'll see that I have a 0 OSMO balance because the OSMO chain uses Osmos as its foundational token. But if I scroll down a bit, I can see that I have 2 Atom tokens available. And if I switch back to Cosmos, then you can see that I've got that 0.77 available, what I left in my wallet, and then that staked 1 Atom is still visible in this wallet, even though it's not quite available yet, right? And if we switch back over to the Osmos chain in our Kepler, you can see we've got a 0 Osmo balance and a 2 Atom balance. Now that I have the Cosmos in the Osmosis chain, I can go to trade, and it's available here. I'll go ahead and just use 1 and swap it for some Osmosis. Remember, I'm going to need to authorize this on my ledger device. So I've got the ledger attached, everything's ready to go. I'll hit swap. I'll click approve. And then I'll verify on my device, right? I'll use this button to move all the way over to sign transaction. I'll hit both buttons. And there we go. Everything went through. I'll go over to my assets. And then you can see here that I have Osmo now. And I still have that leftover Atom. Both of these are on the Osmosis chain. If I check in Kepler, on the Osmosis chain, now I've got Osmo available, and then I have that 1 Atom as a secondary token in this wallet. We can do the same thing with Osmo too. We can hit stake, and it takes us over to the Keplr Wallet, and notice there that it's got the Osmos stake highlighted, and I can do the same thing I did with my Cosmos, with my Atom, right? I can do Osmosis, stake Osmo, just like I did with Atom. All right? So I just kind of gave you a peek into the powerful features of the Keplr Wallet. As I mentioned, it supports multiple chains. More than just Osmosis and Cosmos. I've got Secret Network, Akash, Crypto.org. I have a lot of different chains that I can interact with, all using the Keplr Wallet, and it's all safe and sound on my ledger device. Notice that when I went over into the Osmo network and validated transactions, it was all within the Cosmos app, right? I just kept using the Cosmos app on my ledger device to verify all of my transactions. All right, so this will get you started. I'll do some more videos on some of these other platforms like Osmosis in a little more depth, but I just wanted to show you how to get your Keplr wallet set up and ready to go, and just dip your toe in the water on how powerful Keplr Wallet is. If you have any questions about anything I did, please throw them up in the comments and I'll do my best to get them answered. If you like this video, give me a thumbs up. If you'd like to subscribe to my channel, I would appreciate it. When you subscribe, there's a little bell that you can click that will allow you to be alerted whenever I post new content. Once again, thanks for joining me and hope to see you again soon.